EMDR began in the late 1980s by a woman. Her name is Francine Shapiro, who's also a therapist. And she discovered EMDR one day when she was having some disturbing thoughts that were coming up for her. And as these thoughts were coming up for her, she was feeling very uneasy, so she decided to go for a walk in the park. As she began to continue to think about these thoughts of distress, she found her eyes moving back and forth, like kind of like this. And then all of a sudden she found her anxiety start to go down. So after further exploration of this, she started doing this on her clients. And she found that their anxiety also began to go down. And so she realized, though, in time that they weren't able to move their eyes back and forth for a length of time to really clear out whatever intrusive thought or distress that they were experiencing. So she started to do the eye movements by having her two fingers go across their face like this, and they would follow her fingers back and forth. And then the trauma got cleared out, the traumatic memory got cleared out. And it was truly amazing because after further research, they discovered, like I said before, that this was stimulating both hemispheres of the brain, which ended up having people breathe a slower rate. Their pulse began to slow down, because with trauma, you go into fight, flight, or freeze mode. And that's because of the cortisol that gets released from the brain, that the body reacts that way as a way of surviving. So when you stimulate both hemispheres of the brain, the body relaxes and lets go of that fight, flight, or freeze mode, and it makes it more comfortable for the person to begin to talk about and reprocess that traumatic memory.